How we doing? Welcome back. This is Chef Anna Cooking Channel on YouTube. Welcome to all of you. Welcome. Look, I was saying earlier when I came on live doing my flower bouquet that I'm gonna come back and cooking with you. So welcome. Let me go wash my hair because I touched my hair. To start our skew, I will go ahead and soak this to give a little enforcement. That way our skew does not burn easily. Okay, so we can do it on this side, not the sharp sides. Okay, we'll do that also. We're gonna switch it. So we have a lot of preparation. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to combine our all beautiful ingredients. Okay. We're going to be making beef skew or beef on the stick. Have you heard of it? Beef on the stick? Anyway, so Chef has these amazing ingredients that I like to share with you. We can make it spicy if it's necessary. If you're not a kind of spicy kind of person, you're cool. We don't have to add any of that. We don't have to suffer our stomach or suffer our digestive system. Okay, we're just gonna go with basic, but because my family loves spicy food, so I can't avoid having spicy add into it. So you do not have to add any spice in it. Okay, but to say that it's okay not to add the spice to it. Today I'm using the so I went and got the brisket meat, okay, because we need a little meat that have some sort of fat attachment to it, because it's better for barbecuing. It's not so dry, it's not so dramatic. Okay, so in fact, when the fat hit the grill, and it tastes amazing. But once we eat this right here, we're going to be exercising. That's what I'll be showing you next, is to do simple like exercise for a woman my age. You know, when you're over 60, you know, you're over 60, you got to take care of yourself, because there's no amount of doctor's care that gonna make you feel better, not gonna make you feel beautiful or younger. Okay, so you have to take care of yourself. The basic element is to be able to do basic exercise. That's what I'm gonna do with you once we doing this, and maybe in the morning, early in the morning, like 6 in the morning, we can jump into the backyard and do a few trick work. Okay, because we like to eat, because we love eating, so we have to be able to do other things also. For example, exercise. Welcome to all of you. Welcome my YouTube follower, my TikTok follower. Welcome all of you. I'm gonna wait just a minute too before I start. Okay, I like to get a few people on here. It's fun to chat also. Anyway, สวัสดีค่ะ สบายดีกันทุกคนไหมเอ่ย I mean, hello, how are you doing today? In Thai, I can teach you some in Cambodian also. Okay, so today we're gonna do stiff on beef on stick. To do that, it's involved many steps and many ingredients. Okay, I have the meat Yeah, I'm gonna chop off the brown part. I think I got it. I think I left it in the freezer a few days longer than I should. So sometimes when you do that, the freezer kind of help take away your beautiful flavor. But anyway, so we're gonna add some beautiful, authentic Cambodian spices. So how many of you have tried Cambodian food? Now be honest. Send me a little comment. Say, I have spicy food before. Gonna be spicy. Absolutely. Giovanni, it's gonna be spicy, my friends. You love spicy food? Yes, let's go. We have somebody on my YouTube that she I can't see, so I'm sorry if I addressed you wrong. He or she? Are you he or she, sweetheart? I'm sorry. Okay, I mean, I don't try to be rude, but I'm not only that. I can cook. I'm a little bit partially blind due to the aging process. You know, just kidding. I mean, I wear spectacle also, but then sometimes I only need to do that when I sew, when I knit, when I feel like I'm older, you know. But no, wearing spectacle does not make you feel any older. I mean, I have my grandkids who's only a few years old that wear spectacles. So what do you say to that, right? Nothing you can say anything to that, because you need it, you need it. All right, so let's go and cook right now besides having me talking too much. Okay, so we're gonna comprise all of our ingredients. I have this done the other day. I thought I might have enough, but I'm gonna add a little bit more because with the brisket meat, I learned is that it's a little tough. Okay, so it's a little tough meat, so I gathered. So to combat the toughness, we will need natural beef tenderiser. To do that, I would depend on good brother gingers. So that's what I'm doing right now. Peeling my ginger. I went and harvest my kaffir leaves. Okay, if you are near Asian grocery store, you can get kaffir leaves, kaffir lime leaf, or they get pricey. Last time when I visited with the Bangkok market, they want a lot for a few leaves of kaffir. I like, ha. I have a whole bunch at home, so you don't have my business. But I have a couple kaffir trees that producing a lot of leaves for me for my cooking, so I really like that. Because it can get pricey and it gets scarcity too, you know what I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about. So the kaffir leaves is similar to limes or lime leaves, basically. That's how it look like. But it's a kaffir leaf. It's the KARFF, I think, kaffir or kaffir. Or we call this slug or Thai, Cambodian call slug, and the Thai call it makrut. By makrut, the lime leaves, and then Cambodian call it slug. Groit is the noun for orange, but this is an orange leaf. This is a kaffir leaf. Is quite contrary with it grow fruit also. It curl. It had a very unique texture. It's not smooth like the fruits of the orange. It's a little curly. It's little. I don't know. I can't say it. It's not smooth like the orange fruits. Okay, it has a little bump here and bump there. Really interesting. So back home, before the shampoo was invented, before the soap was invented, grandma, grandpa used these fruits to wash the skin, to clean the skin, to wash the hair with. So it's good for cleaning also. I think that's why you see the Joy dishwashing soap. I'm not endorsing them, but I'm just telling you that you see that they leave the image of an orange to tell you that it's made out of orange extract, hopefully. Okay, let me discard this and I'll be right back. So I have to bring my beef cut board because we will need that. Okay, so I have my mixer, my cute lovely mixer. Yeah, I want to say hello to all of you. Hold on please. So I have all my fresh ingredients ready to go. I have my baby here, my companions here to help me chop all this hard fiber ingredients or call it herbs. So this baby here, it comes with thorn, okay? So be careful if you have these. So normally my mom, when her eye was still wild, she will go and trim all the spike here so that way I don't get poked with it, right? So my mom, she's very caring now that she can't see very well. So yeah, this is very pokey, okay? And then once it poked you, it hurt like so it hurt. It's not as bad as having a child, but that, you know, just like the needle go, just like when you do the poking, like severe poking, you know, especially if we go under the bed of nail, oh, that hurt, it hurt. So I remember when, no, and I'm not going to go into preaching you the Bible, but you know how things are. So they recommend that once you have the kaffir leaves trees, it's not to pick leaf by leaf, it's just to cut the whole branch off so that way it allows the kaffir leaves to, the kaffir tree to multiply and also to give fruits and to grow new branches. Okay, so I think that's all I need for today. Okay, about a handful, but I can count this also. But if you encountered problem finding this kaffir leaves because in your state you don't have it, in your country you never heard of, hey, I'm just saying, maybe move to Thailand. Or move to Cambodia, they have so many of this. Or move to Las Vegas, I'll share this with you. I have a few trees of this, so you'll be having a lot of these for your cooking. As you notice that there's a lot of need for kaffir and kalango. Today I'm not using kalango because it's a different type of cooking here. So, but to make it nice and neat, I'm gonna go ahead and mince it and make it politeness. Okay. And it take a little bit faster to blend it. So I forgot to measure it. So I think overall, after we finished with the kaffir leaves, we had about 1/4 cups. This is 1/4 cup. So I think it was about 15 leaves. I forgot to count for you, but I'm sure that oh my gosh, where the fly came from? Where are my fly exterminators? Okay, so here we go. Oh my goodness. Hold on, please. Let me go to war with flies. Oh, I missed by a meter. I have a fly swatter too, but you know how it goes. It never stays in one place. As today that we're going to be using this kalanga to help break down the tough fiber of the meat. So I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, you go ahead and diced up. I think I have about 4 pounds of meat. Okay, I may not be using all of it, but you know I have big family. It depends. So I'm gonna use a little bit more of this to help break down the fiber. If I don't have enough of this, then the meat gonna be very, very hard and very tough because it's brisket meat. So it's not like if you make this out of prime ribs, you don't need to really be tenderizing the meat. Okay, so it's a little bit over a quarter of cup. I believe it's about half a cup. Excuse me, sorry about the noise. Yeah, so it's about half a cup. Okay. So I have quarter of cup of kaffir leaves and half a cup of diced gingers. If I use too much, it's gonna just break down the meat to where it really cook down, where it just the meat just break up into pieces. Okay, and that's how powerful the ginger is. I used that before, and if I marinate it overnight, the meat is so tender, just like drop in your mouth. You know. Okay, here we go. Half a cup of. Hold on, it's not half a cup. This is 1/4. This is 1/3. Okay, so it's 2 times of the half a cup, 4 times, 3 times of the cup. All right, so this is 1/3, 1/3 denomination. All right, so there we go. And I'm going to be using the lemongrass. Those who don't know what lemongrass is, let me introduce you to lemongrass. So this is lemongrass, right? It's in the pack. They wrap it up just to keep it fresh. So I have 3 stalks of lemongrass here. Here's about $2, but in Stockton this would be about $1. But then here, the scarcity of the products of the food is so scarce. It have to be imported because there's no farming community here. So everything is I have to bring in from another state, so it get costly. But when I was in Stockton, I have a whole bunch of this. I don't even have to go buy from anybody. But here, I'm sorry, things chilies are different here. You know, I tried to start it from growing this thing, but you know, it's not even happy. It's not even grow. Our family will put it in a big pot, and then we brought it here, and then we started eating some of it, and then it just started dying one by one. I still have the pot outside, but it's just not very happy, and I just cannot help how to even, you know, I'm a good farmer. I can grow fruit and vegetables easily, but when it comes to Las Vegas, I got to the point where I just stopped caring. So I have a cup here, okay, of lemongrass. I think I might have too much. No. If I have more than enough, then I just save for the next time. But yeah, so here we go. Then I'll do this. I'll do about a head of garlic here, okay? I could have gotten the kind that they already peel it, but then they didn't have it at this market. Typically, if I go to the Vietnamese or the Chinese market, they have these. So I'm doing a head of it, 1 head of garlic, because we'll be using the meat, and I wanted to override the beef smell. Okay. Yeah, I would like to welcome all of you. I hope that you enjoying your afternoon, where you at. Maybe it might be early morning for some folk from different part of the world, where we're sharing the sun. The sun is rising on this side, and and then on your side with no sun, the moon will come up. And when we get the moon and you get the sun, so we some of us are in two different parts of the world. Isn't that wonderful? You know, I mean, we can meet right here under one sun, different part of the world, different meridian in time, which is so beautiful. When I went to Thailand and Cambodia, there's about 12, 13 hours different, and I'm in days when people are not when people are sleeping, I'll be awake. When people are awake, I'll be sleeping. It will take me at least a week or two to get just a little bit. But then, hey, the weather was too overwhelmed for me. I mean, well, I'm living in Las Vegas. I should get used to it. But the humidity is so severe. I'll be sweating like, oi. So much is that I started look aging. You know, my fine line started to be refined. So bad is, oh my God, I'm gonna go. You know, I mean, then I have to come home and repair all those lines and wrinkles. You know, I mean, I even ashamed to share my picture. That's how bad it was. You know, so again, we would need these beautiful colors of our. Do not leave home without turmeric. Otherwise, your cooking will be looking like pale. Okay, we want to bring the color. We want to bring the vibrant colors to our fruit, to our food, to bring life, to bring that beautiful texture, because turmeric had a beautiful, it doesn't taste good, but it has such amazing medicinal values, and Hindu people use in the cooking, Cambodian, Thailand, where else that use turmeric in their cooking, especially in the curries. Ooh, so delicious. So I'm going to use about 1 tablespoon of turmeric, because I needed to bring the color from my beef, because my beef is looking like sad, you know. So I have my I have ripened I have ripened mangoes, and mangoes, you know what, for those who like to cook, meat and you just can't get meat to get tender, and you'll be using meat tenderiser from commercial meat tenderiser, and this right here also, it had the enzyme that just break down the fiber of the meat, and if you use too much of this, there won't be meat left. It'll be like vulture eating the whole dead meat, right? I mean, so yeah, I have more than I need, so I need some fruits also. So I'm just gonna use a little bit for my cooking, huh? There we go. We used a 1/4 cup of ginger. Oh, wow. I'm not gonna go that much, because you know why? I want my beef to not be liquefied. I'm gonna use, because I remember, because I'm not going to be marinated overnight, because we're going to be cooking right away, so this will help. Okay, but you know what, no chef, that's enough, thank you. Okay, I'm going to use some of these. So my grandson, he's allergic to sesame oil, so I can't use sesame oil, so I have to use regular cooking oil, because I know that he's gonna be eating this. So I'm gonna be using regular cooking oil. Okay, I'm gonna use about 2 tablespoons of oil, and probably more, because it helps with the process of marinating. 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. It would be nice to be able to use the sesame oil, because my grandson and I, we have a lot of food allergy. I'm allergic to corn, peanut, eggs, orange, what else? Mulberry, the list go on and on and on and on and on. Like I just moved from Mars. So it's no joke about that. Let me tell you that, okay? It's terrible. So we're gonna use a honey today because we're gonna marinate a honey. So it needs a little bit of flavor. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. 1, 2, 3. Mama, the honey. For something about honey, okay? I mean, it can be so sweet to your taste, but once you add into the cooking, I mean, it just like the flavor just diminish. I don't know where it goes, but yeah. Do you know that the experts say that the honey, the entire life of honey, they produce about this much of honey entire life. So they go collect all the nectar all around, seasonal, and come home, fly 100 miles, perhaps 1,000 miles just to find the flowers so they can bring back honey and the whole entire life. And if you get about quarter of cup, will be lucky before he or she die. And that's that, I mean, we don't appreciate the little thing that God gave us, that we don't appreciate it. Say, what the heck, be, stay away, don't sting me, I mean, we just scared, we just not that friendly to critter. Okay, so I'm gonna use this is the dark soy sauce, to help with the coloring. Okay, so I'm gonna use about 2 tablespoons, just to help darken the meat, okay? You have to like make the meat look pretty, and you know me, I'm about presentation. Okay, what else I forgot? Oh yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of coconut to give that little tinge of oriental, let's see how it goes. Okay. We're going to do about half a cup. The reason I need that because I need this blender to run also. If it's dry, it's not going to be that great, okay? So we're going to use one-third cup of coconut cream. And it's going to help this meat taste so creamy. And when we barbecue this coconut milk here, when it touches the smoke, when it touches the flames, oh, it's going to be more than I can tell you. It's going to be so delicious. Okay, my partner is you see that? That's what I don't like about this. It's gonna acting up when I need it to work. Oh my heaven, I thought I got it. Got it? There you go. Okay. You see the beautiful color? That's what we want. We want this beautiful orange-ish look when it marinated with the meat, and the meat gonna look so. I forgot one thing. Coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm gonna use chicken bouillon, okay? Because we need the flavor. Because we didn't add any. We did not add any. We did not have any. What do you call it? Oh, I think I forgot. But never mind, I'm glad it's right here in my face. Okay, we're gonna use about 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. Hey! All right, go ahead. อร่อยมันปัง you're on my live
Oh, you're on the live?
mm-hmm you want to come on
Nah,
I have to log back in hold on
you're on live YouTube? I'm sorry.
you're
All right,
fine
let me let you go.
yeah
All right.
thanks oh sorry not live TikTok I'm sorry TikTok fan Ui booyah where am I at sorry folks give me a second please my TikTok friend I apologize my sweetheart wants to know where I'm at he's my moderator he's gonna come on and he'll be like get all those trolls out of my no he's laughing he thinks it's funny thank you Bob anyway what am I saying oh okay so I'm gonna use some of the flavor okay we cannot live without the salt and pepper so these are because the chicken bouillon has some flavor in it already so we're gonna use about we have 2 tablespoon of 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon we're gonna do about 3 tablespoons of what do you call this thing oyster sauce okay because oyster sauce has flavor in it it has oh this is premium oyster sauce okay so I mean yeah oyster sauce I got it so I'm gonna use 3 teaspoons notice I'm not using any salt because I'm gonna keep the recipe a little bit of low salt size because the reason I said that because we're gonna be eating this with the pickles and the pickle have a lot of flavor in it already so I don't need to add a lot of salt in it if I do it if I sample it if I feel that it needed will come back but otherwise I trust in my measurement so it's gonna do good Milestone Paxton he's go ha 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 you too thank you he's my troll police on YouTube because he didn't like the fact that the other day this one person come on and trying to be rude you know out of no reason so because I wasn't looking I wasn't checking my comments so I don't know who's being rude being funny being ridiculously obnoxious be sarcastic and all that funny stuff right and I didn't see it until he come on and he see that he didn't like it so I got him to be on my moderators all right, I'm gonna blend this for about another half minute so that to give it a very nice flavor and that is blending together really well. Oh, it looks amazing. Okay. I think this is the texture that I like, that I need. Okay, so I'm good. All right, I'm gonna unplug this because you know I'm prone to accident, so I'll put it over here. Unplug all that unnecessary accident prone because I have plenty of that where I came from. Hey. Yeah, I deal with knife and sharp object all the time. I got the same cut. I think I shared with someone that this right here, it's kind of what you call it? It dent because I got cut there so many times. Okay. So my knife is not doing too well, so let me go find something so I can chop this, okay? Oh. In my world where I came from, we have knife sharpener that made out of stones or yeah, stone or rocks, okay? I mean, and then, but then in America, they have this knife sharpener. Me, this is my knife sharpener. If this is porcelain dishes and then you do on the bottom of it, okay, so you just, yeah. Watch your finger though. If you miss your finger, you lost your finger of doing this, it's not from me. You did it wrong. So see how I do I cover my hands. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So, oh. Yeah. My bad. Give me a minute, okay? Let me go pick up the pieces before somebody get in there after. But you know what? But let me share that with you. I'll be back. Give me 2 minutes so I can go pick up the pieces, please. Well, safety first. I gotta get my slipper because I'll be the one to get poked for real. Okay, chef. Well, let me see. That's that. Sorry, folks. It slipped off my finger. Yeah. So that's all I can find. If you ever come to the house, I better warn them in advance. Okay, there's one more piece. Sorry about that, folks. That's what fun about cooking life, you know. You can see all this. Okay, now fun is over. Well, luckily it didn't. It broke about 5 big pieces. So yesterday, no, the day before, my grandson broke one of my favorite cups, and I was scorning him. The thing about me is that no one scorned me. No one dared to scorn grandma. My daughter would say, "Okay, mom, we go get some more. We'll go buy some more." Yeah, she's so positive about that. Okay, now that knife feel a little bit sharper. Okay, so I can touch by the finger. So let's go execute this meat. Okay, so like I said, make sure that you wipe the meat or wipe the knife and clean the knife thoroughly when you after you doing the shopping. Okay. But you want all that beautiful metal to go in your cooking up to you. Okay. So I'm leaving some of this fat because the fat gonna help this meat taste incredibly delicious, because once it contact the, excuse me, let me fix my, oh, you notice anything? Yeah. Who noticed anything? Let me know. No, I'm not older. Not notice anything else. So this is the texture that I would want for my skew. Okay, if I do it too skinny, I might not have this perfect piece. Okay, because we're gonna be doing this later on. You know, after we marinate it, we're gonna be skewing it on this beautiful, like that. Okay, for now we're not there yet. We're in the process of going there. So you like my bow? Oh, this is the Karumdul. It's the Cambodian national flower. I figured out the pattern, which I'm gonna go doing maybe tomorrow, because I'm trying to finish my other scarf that I did the lattice flowers, and I wanted to do the finishing it tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I already done two live show already, so it's great, but it take a lot of my time. But maybe tomorrow in the morning or so, I will go ahead and finish my scarf, and then I can teach you how to do this beautiful scarf. No, my bad. Band. And the Karumdul, this is Cambodian national flower. It's called Rumdul, and there's a lot of young women named after this. Say Rumdul, Rumdul. When there's a song right about Rumdul flowers. This song describes the beautiful Rumdul girls. So yeah, that's the natural color of Karumdul. And I just figured out the pattern. I tried it a couple times. I finally create my own pattern. So it was neat. Okay, it was great. So I was happy about that. So I made the red one, and then I like this color because it's the natural currants, natural flowers. Okay, so here we go. We did that. We did a little bit of fat by the side, because it's gonna help cooking this meat even more beautiful, right? Yeah, so Julian, welcome back. Hey, thank you for coming back to join me. And who else is here? Ty, welcome. You can't get your knife to sharpen, huh? Well, you know what? Bring it over. Chef will show you. Okay, so this porcelain here, okay, it had a little opening on the back here. So this is almost like a sharpening device for me. Also, that's what I use to sharpen my knife with. See that? See how sharp it is already? Okay. I mean, I'm not a professional knife sharper, but when it comes to something like this, I can improvise easily. You know why? Because being born in Cambodia, it taught me to survive in many way aspect of life. Okay, I wouldn't be able to do this if one for being born in Cambodia. I learned it from my great grandparents and stuff like that. Okay, this one had too much of fat, so I'm gonna reduce some of it. Okay, so I'm gonna chop it out. So if I need it, I'll add it back on. Yeah. So the beauty of this cooking is that I'll be able to have half of the fat in the meat. So that way, when we barbecue this, it'll help keep the stove, keep the grill charging. It goes, the sizzling, you know, look like the snake, sound like a snake. That is the best part right there, to get your meat to sizzling on the open fire, which I don't know if it's gonna happen because it's like 110 degrees and you want me to go barbecue for you. I don't think so. Maybe tonight, you know, if I feel like the temperature is dying down, I hope so. I'm not sure. How's temperature today, Bob? Is 100 or in the? It felt like 100 when I went out. You know, when I went out earlier shopping for a few items that I need for my cooking. So this is beautiful pieces here. Okay, it's a bite size. it also individual piece that will stick onto our skew. We got this skew already. Okay, so Julian said hi. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in again. He was here earlier. I hope it's he. I keep calling him he. Maybe she, Julian. Talking about losing the pet this morning. Same thing. I lost a lot of. I rescued so many cats. I had dog before when I was in Cambodia. I want to share the sad story about my dog in Cambodia. So let's go there, okay? Because it's gonna take a few minutes to do this meet. So when I was in Cambodia in 1973, when the Khmer already orchestrate their powerful force, so what they do is that they draft all the farmers from the villages, the farmers, they draft all of them, and they train them to kill. They train them to kill. Okay, just like in the Mission Impossible, you know how the main characters are trained to kill, basically. So they educated the farmer who never been to school to be educated. So they brainwashed them, and so in 1973, you learn about Vietnam War and how Americans got involved and bombing along the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and a lot of Cambodian population were killed. I think it was about 15,000 people killed along the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Don't quote me on it, okay? But a lot of Cambodian innocent villagers were killed during the bomb raid, because the American was trying to bomb the Viet Cong, because the Viet Cong had escaped into Cambodian land or soil and hide among the indigenous people who live in the high slope of the country. And so by that, a lot of those innocent people got bombed. Okay, so I mean, American didn't talk about that, but then some time ago, somebody came out and said about it. I know something about it too, because I do have client who had suffered from the bombing. Her family were killed, and she was the only one survived. So she talked about that. So that's why I talk about the Ho Chi Minh Trail bombing without conviction, because there are people who survived from this bombing, because the Vietnam border and Cambodian border are neighboring. So when the American went to fight the North Vietnam for the South Vietnam, because they're communists, I think the North was communist and the South wanted to be independent from North Vietnam. So they went to war to kill each other so badly. So American, but during the Nixon administration, so he deployed, I don't know how many thousand of U.S. Army to help fight the war. In the process, the war was a long time. I think it started 1952 until like 1963. It was like, what, 10, 20 years worth of fighting, and nothing happened. A lot of casualty, a lot of life loss, and we came home all wounded, and a lot of missing in action. The prisoner of war, PFO, where the Vietnamese and communists take American soldier into captivities until up till now. I don't think they even released. Also, American went to have a lot of relationship with Vietnamese women, produce all kind of offspring, and they call this offspring the amerration. So I have dealt with amerration kid too. The amerration kid is about my age, and they are in their 60s now. So what happened is that in I think, I can't remember exact year, but before year 2000, American launched the rescue mission for their amerration kids. So they went and bring all the amerration kids and any kid that looked like American descent, they'll bring them home with their parents or with mom, because apparently the G.I. Joe went to Vietnam, lay down with women and left her pregnant and came home without the woman. and there's no sponsoring. I'll shop some of this so that way, if we need the fat in between, we can add this in. But just notice that it will not be cooked with it. So how do I know about all this story? And the daunting thing about me working with all kind of refugees communities, because they share these things with me, you know, and then and the war didn't just not affect Vietnam, it affect Cambodia, it affect Laos, it affect the Hmong community, another subgroup from Laos, the Hmong, the Mien, the Lao Tung, the Lao Khmer, the Lao Mien, I mean, name it. Within the Lao country, there were so many subgroup people who live in the what you call it, in the rest, in the hillside, they call the hell people. And with them, they have their own language, they have their own tribe, they have their own customs and tradition, own language and dialect. But the main language would be the Laos, where the mainland people speak Laos. The rest of the minorities speak Hmong, and they claim that they have refuge. They have a refuge from Mongolia or from China. Okay, so I have this much so far. Let's see. Okay, so I have about 2 pounds already. But because I have large family, you know, these some like my grandson, he'd be eating 10 by himself, and if I don't cook enough, and then he was like, oh, I heard that disappointment. Oh, I said, stop it, you have 10. Just like the other day when I made the dessert, he had like 6, 7 by himself. He's a kid that can't eat like caterpillar. But anyway, go back to Vietnam War. So then, in fact, the lady that was a victim of Ho Chi Minh Trail bombing, she lived here in the state, and she happened to be my client. I met her at the Buddhist monastery, and she just reached out to me, and I was helping her with the citizenship paper, because she came here, goodness, 10 years, and the poor lady didn't even speak a word of English. Okay. 10 years, didn't speak a word of English. She wanted to become citizenship. So I applied for her, and she appointed me to be as her interpreter and her representative. So I show up in court. I'm not in court. And she got her citizenship appointment, and got her, what do you call it? Fingerprints and everything. She was ready for her interview. She finally got the appointment for the interview. She did the interview with this nice young man, but he ain't that nice because he was not even helping. He was just doing his job. So he allowed me to go in and help. But because she's not 55, she's not eligible for interpreter. So then, and part of the requirement for someone to become American citizen, you have to be able to read, write, basic English. So we were calling in into the interview here in Las Vegas. So the lady went in, I went in with her, and the agent didn't allow me to even talk. No, he did allow me to talk, but then he wanted to test her. So he asked the lady, please stand up. Please stand up, you know, when, no, hold on. I take it back. They didn't allow me to interpret because she didn't qualify to get the interpreter because she is not 65. So she's only 63. She's only a year older than I am. So they didn't allow me to interpret for her. So I sit down quietly. I don't want to get struck by the federal agent. So the agent asked, please stand up. He said 3 times. She didn't understand, so she didn't stand up. And then he said, please raise your right hand to take an oath. She didn't understand that neither. So because she didn't understand the 2 questions asked, so they went ahead and disqualify her and said that, well, you're not ready, we'll get you another appointment, you come back. So the second time, the same thing, she didn't pass. She didn't pass twice. So now with the new Trump administration, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I told her that she needs to learn the basic English, the very basic, like, learn the basic English, just like the basic conversation, just like daily conversation, like good morning, how are you, what are you doing, what are you eating, what's your name, what time you go to bed, what kind of time you go to, just a very basic conversation. But then she didn't get any of that. She told me that, oh, I'm so dumb, my brain is old. I said, no, you're not. But then, you know what, the reason I said that, because I connect her with 100 questions in her native, and she learned those, and she be able to recite all those questions to me, the answer to me. So I know that she ain't stupid. It's just that she can't speak in English. So after the second time, and I said, what you going to do? You're going to wait for until you cannot speak basic English, so you're not going to ever pass this test, because you can try over and over again until they get tired of you and just give you a stem and a way for you not to, you don't have to pass by an ability to communicate in English. But what I'm saying, how ironic is that I'm running to somebody that have experienced the bombing of the Ho Chi Minh Trail. So she was telling me about it. The whole village was just scorching, so many bombing coming. I'm just like, like so many bombs that like constantly dropping on the spot, like, with the B-15 coming, the bomb just like shower the grenade. And they don't care where it land on, who they kill. They just said, well, we get Vietnamese, Viet Cong. We getting the Viet Cong. No, you're not. You're not getting no Viet Cong. And that's why it was a big failure when American war in Vietnam was such a failure, because it's too many life lost, the civilian, the casualty, the death and the wound, and along with the mental health that came along with that war, and I think that's one of the reasons that Americans feel so responsible to bring all this Asian from that area that facing the killing. And then not only that, the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and then you're talking about the Laos country where we have the Hmong, the Mien. Trust me, I don't know all the tribe, but I know the Hmong, some of the majority tribe that I know, the Hmong, the Mien, the Lao Lu, the Lao Tung, the Lao Tin, and what else? Lao Khmer. So these are the subgroup of Lao people who live in the country of Laos. So the country of Laos is below Mekong, and Thailand below Mekong, okay, and the Burma on the top, and then there was a big basin in Cambodia. Laos is like on the east coast of Thailand, bordered by the Mekong River, run across Cambodia. We share the same river, the Mekong River, and Cambodia, and we have Vietnam, and then so far, so forth. Okay, so check on the map. So a lot of people are affected also because they overthrow the king and taking over the Communist Party. I don't know what happened to the royal family, but it's just so bad is that, and then American find partnership in war making with the Lao people and pay the government a lot of money and get the cooperation from the Lao government to have station and allow the Lao people to work with the U.S. government. A lot of people who do work with the U.S. government in combating the Viet Cong. What I'm saying that I have client also who is serving in the regiment, fighting side by side with American agent combating the Vietnamese or the Viet Cong or the communist Vietnamese. Okay, we call Viet Cong. Viet Congs are the Communist Party. Okay, so from Vietnam, the people are called Vietnamese, and the Viet Congs are the Communist Party, or the communist soldiers. So then the U.S. got cooperation from Lao government to come in and set up their force, and then recruited the Lao people to help with fighting. So then we have a lot of Lao people who joined the force. And I was working with this gentleman too, and he was a member of the regiment. He was telling me all about it, and he got injured here and there, but he said that the recruitment had no requirement. As long as you can aim and shoot, you can join the force. So this man was not even that healthy to join the force, but then because by him joining the force, they was bringing him here to America quicker than the regular population. I'm collecting some of this fat just in case I need to add a piece of it into the skew, just to ignite the charcoal. Okay. So it's interesting in that when so between the Vietnamese border and Cambodian border, the U.S. bombed the trail, but in Laos, the U.S. government used the chemical they call it yellow agent or yellow something chemical. Anyway, so you know, the Vietnamese, the Viet Cong, they are barbaric fighter. They know how to fight. They don't go. They'll be on the top of the trees. They'll be on the ground with the spike, you know, and then you just under the hole, and they don't even use grenade or even what do you call it, artillery. They just use their like a very basic barbaric kind of force to fight the U.S. government. You know, I mean, and then you have guided up on the tree. That they use the spear, they use the arrows, they use the gun to shoot down. You know, I mean, killing U.S. governments on the ground. You know, cool with their binoculars and you know all that. You know how handsome the full uniform of the combatants are, right? But that didn't save their lives at all, because when they fall into one of those holes with spike, they're dead. You know, there's no one gonna fish them out. And then you have men who are shooting you from the top of the tree. So you're not even gonna be able to have a chance to even look up and see what's on the trees. You'll be thinking about, oh, these monkeys are so smart. They're not monkey. They are just combatants from the Viet Cong combatant. They skilled, they trained to kill you without mercy. So, and then so the U.S. government figured out that, well, if they can strip the leaf of the trees, they can see the Viet Cong, right? So, why they do the bombing along the Ho Chi Minh Trail, killing a whole bunch of innocent Cambodian, and hopefully they will kill some Vietnamese or the Viet Cong, the Communist Party. And they went on to Laos to spray the yellow agent, the yellow chemical that they spray on the jungle, and the leaf will fall off the trees so that the Viet Cong will no longer be able to go under the canopy of the trees. So by doing that, they're affecting the health of the innocent people. Also, we have Hmong Lao people who get very sick from inhaling all this chemical. Believe me, no, they didn't teach you in history class. Southeast Asian history never been taught in school, nor it's been recorded in the history, only for those who survive, who live to tell about it. So the reason I learned about the yellow agents working with a lot of Hmong people, a lot of Lao people, the native people who from Laos, because I work with the community. So believe me, I did not just love the people. I learned what affect their life. I learned the history. I learned the culture. I learned the food. I learned the language. I learned to speak Laos. I didn't speak Hmong very well, but I probably just I mean, go home or go home. And I think probably that's the only word I learned. Anyway, I love Hmong people. They're beautiful people. I have a lot of good friends from Stockton that are Hmong, and I love them. And we had such a great relationship and fraternized relationship. Because all the people that I work with, we friend with family. So then a lot of Hmong people, a lot of Hmong, the Mien, and all the tribal people suffer from a lot of illnesses because the yellow agent did not just land and strip the leaf of the trees. It affects the health of those who's affected. Because when you spray on the top, when you just spray over the canopy of the trees, and then the wind will blow the chemical throughout the land. Imagine that those agents, the chemical that strip down the leaves, what it's going to do to the lung, to the skin, and to the well-being of the people who live in the area. And you know that in Asia, it's high wind, it's monsoon, yet it might be safe with the rain, but then, other than that, people are affected by it, and they live to tell. And I was fortunate enough to get to know all these people. Okay, so here we go. All right, so yes, the Vietnam War did a lot of damaging in the neighboring country. The only country perhaps was not affected by probably Hong Kong, China, Thailand, and Burma or Philippines, okay, because they're too far away from the region. It affects the neighboring country, which are the Laos, the Cambodian, because Cambodian bordered on the east side. I think I might be wrong, okay, because I'm on different globe now. So it's on the basin up, okay. So it's bordered. So Thai is bordered by Cambodia, Thai, Cambodia, and Vietnam, and then Laos like toward on the top of Cambodia, and Thailand, the Mekong, and the Vietnam, and I think China, so forth. And then it didn't affect other countries, save for the three countries: the Cambodia, the Laos, and the Vietnamese. Those are the Indo-Chinese country. Those are the three countries that was known to have had colonized by the French for about 100 years. The French did not automatically grant them the autonomy, grant them the freedom. They have to fight for it. The people have to form the militias or the coup, okay? The coup against the French, to driven the French. The French didn't want to live easily. They fight, they kill all those who bear arms against them. Finally, I think during the Geneva Convention, I don't know what year it is, and finally, probably UN got involved and said, give those three countries its own independence. So it did. French left, and then the communists coming in, and that's what happened to those three nations. They were fostered by the communists within their own country, okay? So the North and the South continue to fight. There's still struggles. I don't know how they're doing now. I didn't even learn about the history, but the Cambodia was ruled by Pol Pot, the Khmerfood, and killed over 2 million people. And I'm from Cambodia, and I'm just one of the lucky souls that didn't get killed. So I'm here to tell you the story. Yeah. All right, so remember that we have all the ingredients that we need. We need in this little cute blender here. So I'm not gonna use all of it at once, okay? I'm gonna be carefully add about a cup in there first. So I measure everything so that way we know how much we have in there already, okay? We'll do a cup, and to my estimate, I think we have about 2 cups. So we're gonna go ahead and marinate it. If you want to put your finger in there, you could. And there's no pepper in it. In fact, should I? No. Because I'm gonna be handling this. I don't want pepper in my hand. Right, so yeah, so that's how it is. A brief history of Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam, and how we suffer the consequence of where the war started in Vietnam. But because the war in Vietnam didn't end in Vietnam, it spread throughout the Asian neighboring country. And now it was yet Cambodia and Thailand challenge each other to a war. I don't know. Thai wanted to claim back whatever is not theirs, and Cambodia claim is there from beginning of time, and Thai said that Khmer people stole it from them, and then go back to the French history where the country lines are divided, and learn which is owned by what country. Yeah, so it's interesting to find out. I'll find out a little bit more about it, and I will share with you on the next cooking content. Okay, so right now, let's go back to our cooking. You have learned a little bit of Asian nation catastrophic casualty happened during the Vietnam War, and I was very, very young when the Vietnam War ended, 1963, I think, when it was ended. Perhaps probably later than that. I don't remember the exact period of time. But anyway, I think I might use the whole thing, you know, because I have a lot of meat. We'll see if I'm going to be using all of it. But that's why I have about a cup and a half to go in already. So when I stir it, I can see that that it's looking very pretty. Okay. And I could come to a very close sharing point with you, but it's more deeper than that. The killing was cruel, was inhumanity and how it happened. I can share with you about the Pol Pot experience that I learned from my family, because I escaped early, so I didn't have much of experience of how it's like to live it during the time of Pol Pot, and how they make everybody into the work camp. Okay. So I can see that we will need all of it, because I'm not wrong about measurement it. I just want to try it first and see if I need all or need less or more. But we can use all of it. Okay. So maybe that's all I'll do. I'll share the khmerfood experience, because I just visited my family in Cambodia. Because I was supposed to do podcast on it, you know. I had podcasts on my YouTube also, and I have not been active on it. I've been watching all kind of crazy news going on. I should have been sharing information with my people and my community in the language. I just had not gotten a chance to do that, but I think that's what I'll be doing. You know, get the people to share some of this event going on in America about the all those riots going on around the world that impact the immigration, that impact all of us, not just immigrant community. Okay, it impact me too, and I'm an immigrant community. But then, you know, I came here a long time ago and became American citizens and pay tax all my life, and I have no place to return home to. At least, you know, some folk have place to return home to, or a country to return to. If I go in Cambodia now, I'll be rejected. They said, oh yeah, they even call me a betrayal. How am I gonna betray my own country when I'm barely escaping being killed? Now, people are so being mean now, and that's why I need to speak it, because some native Khmer people can be mean. They be saying that, yeah, because we escaped Cambodia, we desert Cambodia, we desert our country, and we're being seen as treason. Whatever, you know. I mean, if I escape life, escape killing as a treason, then I don't know if he's a traitor here, the killer or the survivor, you know. So that's what I'm not listening to their BS, because I will tell them exactly how I feel about it. Okay, so, all right, my friend. Beef is prepared. It looks great. It smells great. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. I'm not wearing gloves because it's not comfortable. Okay, and I didn't have pepper on it, so I'll be happy to handle this with my finger, which is the very likely tool that we use in most of cooking. Okay, It's okay to use finger on my. I've been washing it all this time. I have not touched my nose. I have not squeezed my eyes with it. So even it's they're gonna enjoy my DNA. If I sample this, it'll be just great because it'll take a minute or so for the meat tenderizer to kick in and start working on softening the fiber of the meat. Okay, so that's what we have. It looks amazing. So this is the first time I'm making beef on stick for the cooking show. I made a lot of stir fry, pad thai, cha krung, slamachu krung, and a lot of other recipe. But this is my first time making the beef on stick. The beef on stick is very popular in my family. And then I also made this pickle already a few days ago. So this pickle here, I can give you the recipe. Okay, I made this a few days ago. I was gonna make this a few days ago, but I didn't get a chance to come around. So this is just pure carrots, cabbage, cucumber, and some vinegars and sugars and salt, and that's it. Okay, so I can give you the recipe for this if you're interested. So this is going to be the side dish that we're going to be eating with a meat. Or I can make papaya salad also. Okay, it's very popular with papaya salad or the bean salad. Okay, so this is the pickles. It's so crunchy. It's delicious too. It's very flavorful. It's not like kimchi. Okay? I can make this into kimchi also. Just add a whole bunch of pepper flake and it turn into kimchi. Cambodian version of kimchi. We have our own kimchi. Okay? It's just got me prepared without the chili. So this is called churuk. Okay? Som. And then the fly is coming back. I think he forgot that I'm hunting for her. So there are a few ways to serve my beef on the stick here. I can have it with the pickle that I show you, or I can have it with papaya salad, or I can have it by itself. Okay, I mean, you have to be so formal about it. I'll raise a tray to put our finished product. Okay, we to do this, I already soak my skew on both ways, so that way it doesn't get burnt quick. Now, if we're gonna be barbecue this outside, we will need that. Okay, so let's see if I'm gonna barbecue outside at all. So now you already have like a beautiful pieces. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It is beautiful. To me, it is. Okay, so we're gonna start from the end, and it's not even tenderized yet. It's gonna take a few more minutes for it to activate. Okay, so you're just like sewing, just like you're doing the stitches, and then just pull it to the back like that, and then you kind of arrange it in a way that it does not show the skew. So that way, when this is cooked, it just be the meat. All right, so we're gonna keep doing this until it filled up. Okay. So if I were doing this, I would keep this overnight or a couple hours before I even skewing it. See, I add some fat here in the middle, so that way when it's cooked on the charcoal, this fat right here would be drawn from this pieces here and sparkle the and burn the flame, and we'll get that beautiful smell of the charbroil or the flambé. Okay, right? So what I do is that because I like mine like lined up nicely, I will cut this part off. It's just obsession. Okay. Or I'll leave it and see how I feel about it. All right, so this is how you skew your meat, okay? So for some folk, they like big pieces, you know, they make cube and whatever it is, you're fine with it. Whatever you prefer doing, you're good. But this is my way of skewing my meat on the stick. Okay? No, just penetrate through the pieces back and forth, like that. Okay, so then you have this beautiful piece of meat here. Yeah. So if you're obsessed like me, let me show you I do. Okay, where's my scissor? Okay. You see all this right here? The hanger? So you can perhaps, you know, push it in and arrange it in a way and or cut it off. But it'll be crazy to cut it off, right? I mean, I do. It just make it look pretty. That's all. It's just neat and beautiful, right? So there you go. Hey, I got hanger. So I'll finish it off here. So basically, it gives you that nice clean cut here, okay? Like that. Some fat here. Once it's done, you can just spit it out or just take it out, okay? So the idea is to have some of this fat so that way it'll cook really, really well. And that way the fire will keep sparking because I add some cooking oil on this, but all right, so here's our first stick. Okay. And it's gonna cook really, really quick because it's so thin and it marinated so well. Okay, so here we go. It worked well with finger though. There's no machine in doing this. I don't know anybody had invented machine yet, but thus far I have not seen any yet. Okay. I think I may have it a little too big than I expected. I can cut this into smaller pieces and make it easier to skew. And then I'll get a cute little one like that. See that? That's cute. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with cute food. I need to grow it up. Okay, let me add a piece with some fat in it. That way it'll balance out, okay? Yeah, this is going to be for the babies. They'll love that. If you have attend the Cambodian, the Lao New Year's, or any kind of special event where this meat will be to sell on the grill. To be honest with you, I have not liked to even purchase it because I have issue trusting people cooking, you know, because I have so much allergy, and if I eat something that I don't know what's in it, then I suffer. And normally that's why you see me cooking almost every day, or I'll be eating out of the restaurant and I'll have special order to leave all the items that I'm allergic to. That way I don't suffer. Okay, so you see now this one is pretty tight, right? I mean, it's smaller version of it versus this big one right there. See it? Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. I like it cute and even, so I'm gonna, you know me, yeah, some people say that it's crazy. It's okay, you can call whatever, but I'm not crazy. Don't call me whatever, let's put it that way. But it's just showing you that there's a pretty way to deal with food. Yeah. Because this flap right here is just gonna cause an issue when we cook it. So that's why I want to keep it tight to the stick as much as possible. Okay. So this is the stick here made of pure bamboo, the bamboo plant. Okay, so it's safe to consume. In fact, the bamboo shoot is made out of this plant here. This is the mother of the bamboo shoot. Before it become this plant here, it came into a small shoot, and the shoot is edible, so you can make soup and cook with it. A lot of Chinese cooking include the Chinese, Vietnamese, a lot of culture that eat bamboo shoot from this bamboo plant here. Okay, so people who skillful, see, they turn the bamboo trunk into bamboo skew, toothpick, books, fan, name it. I mean, so many things that made from bamboo itself. You don't believe me, you Google it, okay? Item that made from bamboo, bamboo plant, a bamboo tree. So this is pretty big here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I know. Just bear with me, okay? We'll get there eventually. So I know where my grandson is. He said he's gonna light the charcoal for me, but if it's not, so this meant to be charcoal on grill, open grill, okay? I mean, cook, what do you call it? Barbecue this on open grills. I have gas grill out there, but the temperature is too hot, and I don't even want to be outside. That I don't want to be outside in this hot element. Okay, so. All right, so we have some fat hanging there. So when we cook this, that's gonna be like the best part. My kid always said, "Mom, that's the best part of the skew is this fat right here." Okay, so we have half and half. All right, and my daughter thinks she's leaving for Lake Tahoe today, later in the evening. I think she's gonna go celebrate her Father's Day for her honey in Lake Tahoe, and she invited me and said, I can't leave my mom. My mom don't want to go, and I can't leave her here. Also, I can't leave because she'll be gone for a few days, and I can't leave that long because my plant gonna die, my dog gonna die, my cat gonna die. So unless I have someone here to take care of those things, other than that, I can't be going anywhere. I'm just stuck with all this responsibility, okay? So for some of you who are free to go wherever and do whatever, good for you. I'm happy with that. But for me, it's never happened like that. It's always, you have to get serious for everything, for the plant, for the person, I mean, for the elderly, and for the pet also. Because the temperature is so unkind, and if I leave, when I come back, nothing's gonna survive. Okay, so here we go. I manage the size to a manageable size. So you got a general idea now. This is the beef skew on the bamboo stick here. The process was a little bit fun. It is fun for me. You may not say, no, it's not fun. I don't even know what you're doing. I got you. This is the first time you see me doing this. So if you wanted to make this, and you have to visit with me on YouTube channel where the full video will be displaying, will be playing. So with TikTok, they only allow me to do clip here and there, and that process sometimes is painful for me to like download a clip and for a minute clip, but just work with it, okay? Flatten it, because you want to cook this really well and make sure that every bit of the meat is cooked well. And some people said they want it rare. It's fine, I mean, people have different preference for their meat, how they cook the meat, but I like mine well done. So this is going to be cooking a bit longer than expected. Okay. So for people who like raw or raw meat or medium rare, it's good. This is, I mean, you can you can choose the temperature of your cooking choice. For me, I'm gonna cook mine a little bit longer because I like mine well done. You know, just the fact is that even as cow meat, even the beef, I still treat it as every other meat. I don't let my guard down when it comes to meat. I'm very particular about raw meat. I'm not very fond of raw meat, let's put it that way. But there's certain recipe that cooking it medium rare is preference. Still, I will still cook mine a little bit longer. It's just the fact that I'm just being extra cautious with eating raw meat. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, welcome, flies. Come back again. I'll get you. And so, yeah. All right. So here we go. This is the 5th skew. Yeah. I can show you how I pan sear this, but then the ideal is to cook it on the open grill, and I'll take the temperature. If the temperature is friendly, I might cook this in the open grill. If not, we probably have to indoor cook this, and there's a way to do that, but it's not going to be as good as grilling it, because you just deplete the smoke and the flambé flavor. You know, that's the bad thing about barbecue, is that you just enjoy the smoke and the flambé texture and flavor. And I can't do flambé in the house. Even skilled cook as I am, I'm scared of the fire, and it's inside this house here. I'm scared that I'm gonna set the house on fire. So I still have those fears. So I can't have that feeling around me, right? I mean, so I just do what the best practice is, that I'm not doing anything funny to cause any kind of destruction. No. Can't have that happen here. So we just go with the sharp part here, okay? But thank you for the heart, TikTok fan. Appreciate that. Thank you. And for my YouTube, thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. And my hands are pretty tied up right now, and I won't be able to chat with you, okay? Because I got some busy right now with the skewing the meat here, so I wouldn't be able to type with it. I don't want sauce all over my keyboard, you know. Or I can do voice control, but I don't have time for that. So, but it's great to have all of you coming on here, though. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you even coming on here and spend the time with me cooking. You know? So I add one piece of fat here also. And if you don't like the fat, you know, I mean, just put it on there for the heck of simple. If it's not, you just go fat free. It's up to you. But if it's dry, then you're gonna have to use a lot of cooking oil to help to help with the with tenderizing it. Remember, we have 2 meat tenderizer agent here, which are the what they have in there, the ginger and the papaya. So that should make this, help this meat very tender. I feel it, you know, it's not as tough, and but it's not melting either. So, which is good, because I didn't leave it long enough for it to activate it that way. So sometimes if I leave this a few more hours, this meat is going to be so tender that I wouldn't be able to even put it on the skew, to put it that way, because this is how powerful the pineapples and the gingers are. It had this nice meat tenderizing agent. So you learn it from me, okay? So if you have tough meat, then marinate it with good amount of gingers, or you don't have ginger, then just ripened papaya. Okay, not banana, papaya. If it's no papaya, then or you don't like all this, then you use natural food tenderiser, which some of you familiar with. But I don't really know what food tenderizer are made of because I can't read all those chemical terminology. So because being Cambodian, been taught some of this food tenderizer that we use at home that are natural and it's effective, and that's what I do. Okay, so it's just natural food tenderizer that I derive from plants and plant-based and fruits and roots. Right, so here we go. I mean, it's not perfect, you know. I like saw it like make like, you know, evenly. It's hard enough to figure out all this recipe and dealing with Chef Lana who has this, what you call it, compulsive disorder, in a good way. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not bad. It's just that certain thing that I do, it had to be right. If it's not right, then I have to do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over until I got it right. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, just like everything in life, we got to make it right. If it's not right, then redo, retry, remake. Yeah. If certain thing that you cannot remake and redo and do it right, then don't, leave it alone. Let the nature take care of it. Like I used to say to my clients, why not you move away to another state? How are we gonna survive without you? I said, you will reach out to someone else. You already learned some of the technique I taught you, how to advocate for yourself. You know how to call 911. You know how to dial 911. You know how to dial for medical services. You know where your doctor's office are. You know the interpreting line. You have your right that if you're being treated at any facility, and the doctors and the lawyers and all those who treating you or who have you as a client, by law, they have to provide you with the interpreter. If they know on-site interpreter, then they can do online interpreter. So when I'm not here for you, and that's what you have to do for yourself. Okay. So we're gonna flatten it so that way it'll stay flat. Okay, so when it's setting in, lift it up, it'll stay flat. Okay. So that's what I taught my client, is that not just depending on me so much, because when I moved to Las Vegas from Stockton, California, my hometown, to about 15,000 Asian people, you know, or even more. I'm just doing the low count. Because I worked with the community for so long, I had so many people that I helped throughout the course of their life, and they get comfortable being around me, have me there to translate for them everything that they need, from medical appointment, from their dental and their social service need, the school, children's school, and whatever they need, they be calling on me, and for a ride, for advocacy, whatever it is. So when I moved here, people said, no, who's gonna help us? When you gone, who's gonna help us? I said, well, I'll make sure that you get connected with people that can provide, and then or learn to do it yourself also, you know, and learn to advocate and help them to know their right. Yeah. So I learned that this is what the old age say, that if you keep feeding people with fish, they never learn how to fish. If you teach people how to fish, they eventually will be able to get their own fish. And if you keep feeding the alligator won't know how to hunt. So the principle to it is that, because I know that I won't be there for my client all their life, so to teach them how to advocate for themselves, teach them to look for other resources, teach them how to to recognize their rights and their rights and yeah, their right as a consumer, because America do give right to people with disability, people with certain absolute need, you know, especially the underserved community. The government always makes sure that they're being served with the language and with the referrals, with the advocacy, and you know they I mean that kind of environment of where I came from. Okay, we provide help for the needies, and when I become needy, where do I go? Not many. They just say, sorry, Rana, you're the one who speak English. That's what they tell me. I'm the one who speak the language, so they can't help me. Okay, maybe I'm not looking for the language help. Maybe, you know, I need help with some other thing, but they was telling me that, no, Rana, we cannot help you. You're the one who know the language. Okay, thanks a lot. That's what I'll be getting from if I need any help. They would say, no, Rana, you the one with the language. So figure it out. You the leader, we are the followers. So that's what I'm told. So I learned that, you know, when I need help with something, I just find my own solution. That's it. I go to my client, they give me that attitude. You're the one who speak English. And they be telling me, we speak one English, meaning they speak a little English, they speak one English. Or they in the book 1. I'm in the book 10, so book 1 is for the beginner. See, some of them don't even learn language in their life. Anyway, that was fun working with my community, though. I learned so much from my people. I learned their cultural practice. I learned that humanity. I learned that the struggle. I have the same struggle. However, you know, I mean, for some of the people that I work with, you think that I have issue. Boy, when you see the issue is far greater than anything else, and you wonder how they survive it, you know. And some people just, the issue is overwhelming. You cannot even figure out where to begin to help them with, you know, with the housing, with the social justice, with the language, with the health disparities, with the disability, name it, you know. I mean, different community had almost the identical social service need. You put it that way, okay? I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, and you live in this country, and you don't know how to navigate around the government system or the social system, then you'll be stuck. Like, where do you go apply for housing assistance? Where do you go apply for Medi-Cal if you don't have money to pay for your health care? Or where do you go to get low housing? Or where you go to get help with the child care? Where do you school go to get free lunch? Or where do you where you get to go get their vaccination in order for them to get accepted into school? So what college? What university? And those are the things that Asian people don't know, the parents, especially the parents, the older generation. But the younger generation, they will know what to do, and they don't necessarily get the advice or the guidance from their parent. They just learn it from just being book smart, and from the counselor or from their wherever that they be influenced from. Okay, so, and that's why you see a lot of Asian children, majority of them are not in college. They just go get low paid job and stuck with it because they don't have the kind of reinforcement at home where parents have high education background. You know that people with high education background will also influence the kid to get high education, because majority of Cambodian family that are educated were killed by the communists. Only other people are educated coming in this country mostly are farmers and people who never been to school. So therefore, they don't have that education, education influence in them. So, and the kid will go to the 4 year, will attend school, and after they get the diploma, they either get married and have kids, and then move out, move on, or how many of them are in college, how many of them are successfully attending college, and the support at home or support through the community was there to get the right kind of financial aid. Well, if the parent cannot afford to pay for the scholarship or for the school, who can they turn to get that kind of support of to get financial aid, to get the school aid and loan, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So to work in the community, you got to know all of these needs. You got to be able to walk and navigate them through the systems to help them get what they need to get the family somewhere, to get the kid in school, and to get parents involved in the kids' school and PTA and all that. It's not easy in Asian community because we don't have enough. They don't have enough guidance. They don't have enough support. They don't know that being parent, they also have voice. They have also have right to participate. They also have that power to change and to make changes. They don't know that because they're coming from the country where they're being oppressed by the government, by the tyranny, the coercions, and people get killed and persecuted for speaking against government. So no one dared to talk about any officials or government body. You know, if you do, you'll be disappeared. They feed you to the alligators. So just like happened in Cambodia now, you know, people don't talk about anything against the government, and they claim that it's a democratic, but democratic country don't persecute people for speaking against government, right? So, and that to me still raising the red flag, how my home country is run by one set of family who have power, total power over the land, over the law, over the military, over the sectors, every bit of the land, every bit of the existence, they control all. So how do you call that democratic? You know, democratic is where Republican is where power are divided among the branches of government and is governed by the people, like we do here in America. And that's why when you see the government abusing the power, people will go and protest. You know, I mean, that's impressive part about being American is that we have the right to practice our First Amendment, that we can say, we can talk, we can do that to make it better. But yeah, I don't like to go back and say about what's going on in the nation right now because a lot of people don't like to talk about it. So I'll probably have to bring that to another platform where I can openly discuss about that without me being shut down. You know, because I know that my people on the other part of the world will want to learn, want to hear about what's going on in America that will affect loved ones who live here, or even people who get deported against their will. But as you know, that the government will do whatever they are doing just because one person promised to do it. So when he lived to fulfill the promise, people think that, well, it's all wrong. You know, right or wrong, it depends on how you view things. Okay, if you're for it, then it's not wrong. If you're against it, and then it's wrong. So it depends on your belief and how you perceive about certain things. Okay, so you just use your own best judgment and don't allow other people to influence you. Otherwise, think that this is bad, that's good. So you use your own judgment how you believe things supposed to be. Okay, as American citizens, I wasn't born here. I came here. I was 17. That in 1980, a long time ago. I've been here over 45 years, and this is the only home that this is the only place I call home. I can't go back to Cambodia because we don't have anything to go back to. All the land are taking, everything that we own from the time is already taking. So there's nothing for us to go back to. So even if I get deported, I'm probably going to be on the street because there's nothing left. Though I have my family in Cambodia, I won't be homeless. I'll be with my family. But I'm saying, I'm not going to get myself deported. I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm an American citizen, and I'm a taxpayer, and I live rights, and I built my foundation here. So I'm have a good standing with government also. I know a lot of high-rank official also, in the law enforcement, so forth. But that's not the case, But I'm so sure that my life here in America will be outstanding. I'm not threatened by that. Okay, if I get deported, I might go live with my family in Cambodia and Thailand. And I'm not working on get deported because I don't know how I'm gonna get deported. There's no way. I mean. But people say, well, don't be so certain. Yeah, I understand. I'm not so certain. It's always make sure that you prepared. Make sure that you are being prepared. Don't leave home without your passport or your real ID. That would be your fourth. Will be your deterrent from being questioning, and if you get stopped at the traffic light, or if you get stopped because they think that you are illegal, and then you have some proof to show, so that always do not leave home without your real identity, okay? Because those would be your protection, and to avoid all to avoid any kind of mishap. And don't leave home without your wallet. Don't leave home without your ID. Don't leave home without your identification, especially if you have copy of your passport, if you have copy of carry your real ID with you. If you have not real ID done, get your real ID done. That way you can travel, you can fly wherever you need to be. Because I think real ID now required at the TSA. I think, I'm not sure yet, okay, but that's what the rumor I heard, that if you don't have real ID, you'll not be able to fly, even domestic flight. So I don't know. I'll have to do research further on that. So because that's what I heard TikTok people talk about it, and I have not even researched on the real government website yet. Because as for me, if I hear people rumors about certain things, certain change, I always make sure that I check with the government website. The government website would be the gov dot, hold on. It have to be the dot gov, okay? It's not .com. Very rare that the government website will be the .com. It's always going to be the .gov. It'll be legitimate government website, whether INS.gov, INS.gov, or anything that have to do with the government website. It's in with the .gov. That would be the legitimate government website. Other than that, you'll be dealing with the typical website that might not provide you all the real information. That's what I learned through my career, is that the government website, the legit government website would end with the .gov, not .gov, not .com. I seen one government website at the city level where they used the .com, but that was just the city level. But for the legit information dealing with the state level, with the federal government level, with the home security level, you have to deal with the .gov, the .gov, where you get all the information you need, the kind of information that will be like the real information. You're not hearing from the third party, you're not hearing from the freelancer, anything like that. So, and that's what I learned, okay? So if you hear something that's going on the social media and you question about it, whether it's really going on or not, always check on the government website, make sure that's what's going on, okay? Do not believe in such and such and scare yourself, scare the community with the information, the false information that you're getting from the content creators, because a lot of content creators just want to spread lies and deceiving people so that they can be scared, so that way they can scare them. And for me, I learned is that if I feel something is not right and my gut is telling me it's not right, it's always it is not right, right? So if you hear anything that people spread news and content about certain thing that you're not familiar and you're scared about, you're not sure about, then go to the government website, search for it, and read and study. Don't just go look at someone else's content and scare the hell out of you. Oh, my bad. And scare you to the point where you started hiding, you started to feel intimidated by it. Don't do that, because you shouldn't feel that way. Not in this country. Though we do feel that way, especially the immigration with the immigration law and deportation activities going on. A lot of immigrant community. I'm an immigrant, only the part that I became American citizen years ago, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of being American. I love America. I love the American people. I may not approve their behavior in certain extents. I deal with the prejudice. I deal with the discrimination. I deal with the social injustice. I deal with the language disparity. I deal with abuse. I deal with, name it, whatever the communities is going through. I probably had dealt with before. So I can speak loudly that America is a great country, but make sure that you're right. Make sure that you have all the necessary to live here in this country without you have to be shady, without you have to go hiding in the freezer in case the ice are coming. So make sure that you applying for the citizenship already, if you have not, because the fees are going up higher. If any one of you need help with getting started with your socials, with your green card application, or even citizenship, send me the comments so that way I can send you a link, because a lot of time you can fill out the form online and submit it, and you can submit everything online. It's not, I'll be happy to assist you with some fee for my services, because I'm no longer affiliated with a community organization. I'm a freelance interpreter, so I charge for my service, and my service is not overbearing. Okay, so if you need help with getting your citizenship application or your green card application, I can help you with, okay? Or I can send you a link, and if you cannot afford to pay me for the service, and I can send you a link also. But if you can need my help, fill it out and send it in and all that, I charge for my service. Yeah, so that's what I do for everybody, because it's necessary. Okay, because TikTok don't like me to talk about the government issue, keep telling me to do crazy thing, and right. So I know I want to barbecue this for you now. I think I have about about 20 skew, okay? And for my family, they probably have about 2 or 3 each. But if I finish all of these, they can have about 4 each, okay? So Mama, I have about 4 pounds of meat. So what I'm gonna show you, I really don't want to barbecue it outside, and I don't know, what do you think? You want me to go barbecue and do this with you, or it's okay? I mean, I want to do this, but it's so hot still outside, and maybe I should. See, if I go outside, the fly, I gotta get rid of that fly. No one's here to even terminate this fly. So yeah, I'm happy to assist you with, but my service is not free, because this is the business that I'm doing now for living. So well, you can go online and search for all this information yourself, if you're not good with advocating for your need, and That's what a person, a middle person like me coming in. Yeah. I mean, in 4 years when Trump is here, you know, he gonna keep reinforcing all this law, immigration law. So if you're not doing nothing to remove yourself from green card status to American citizen, then the chance that you're gonna be hiding like everybody else, and you cannot even travel because he imposed so many restrictions that he's not guaranteed a green card holder that gonna be back home. If you travel with green card holder, you have to travel with cautions and knowing that you might not even get accepted in America. So that's why I'm telling all my green card holder friends that do not travel right now, because if they do travel, it's on their own discretion, their own risk. Because with the thing that's going on right now, I'm not even going to travel out of the country. No, unless you have like valid travel document like passport. Okay, and yeah, I'm not comfortable at all, even just flying domestically, because all the crazy thing going on with the variation itself, it really like pushed me to like just to stay home, you know. But I need to go see my kid too. I miss my children who live East Coast and grandchildren also, but I will have to be brave and do that when I get everything in order. But anyway, the beef is really smelling really delicious. You know I talk because it takes time to prepare this kind of dish, and it takes me about 2 hours to do this. Okay? It's no automatic food preparation unless you have instant noodles or TV dinner, you know, frozen box. You just pop it in the microwave, and then there, you don't need preparation. All you need just add water or just stick it in the ovens, and you have a meal. But I'm not a meal box kind of person. I love making food, and that's my passion. The whole thing is to produce home cooked meal with this delicious recipe that I share with you, and hopefully that you will enjoy them also. Okay. I went to the Cambodian New Year and the Laotian New Year just recent month, in month of April, where all the event occur and all the Buddhist followers will attend the Buddhist monastery event celebrating the New Year, which is correlated with the lunar year. So this year is the year of the snake. And my third born is year, she's born in the year of snake. So I am the dragon. So my year was last year. I turned 6 annuals of the snake, of the dragon year. My daughter, she turned 36, I think. So it's her third round, because every year is 12 months. So 3 rounds will be 36, right? So mine's been 6 rounds. My daughter and I, we're about 20 years apart. And about 20 years apart from my mom also. My mom and I, we are 21 years apart. My mom being 83 and I'm 20 years younger, so you figure that out. I'm looking at outside and I'm trying to make a decision whether I should go out there and barbecue this so you can see how it works. or I just turn on the skillet here and cook here inside, and that's a pointless for to do that because it's not made for that. It's made to be out in the open grill. You know what? My son was cooking chicken the other day, so I may not have to clean it. He probably already cleaned it. I'm just gonna burn the grill good and let the grill burn off, and I can cook this also. But I have to go sample the weather first. If it's too hot, I'm not gonna sweat out of it. Okay. Oh my god! There's only one fly that came in when my mom went out, or when I went out. I don't remember now. Okay, it's just like you know, that little tiny thing that sounds like B-15 flying 3,000 feet above. You know, it's crazy. Especially the mosquito too. I'm like, I can't even see you. Why do I hear you? You know, I mean, it sure make a lot of noise for a little bug. Yeah, I think it's just the wing that. I think the wing that make noise. I would think so. Yeah, when they fly, they go full force and make that awful noise. So I have more fat in here, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Anyway, so let me make a couple more, and then I'll go check the grill. If the grill is agreeable, if the weather is agreeable, I will grill this outside for you. If it's not, I'll be shameless to use one of the skillet and grill it in here in the skillet. I have portable oven also. I can cook it in there, but then that's what my daughter did when she come home late and she didn't want to be out there grilling this meat. She just used the portable ovens and grill this. It worked also, but then it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that. What do you call it? The grill flavor. You know, the smoke and all that. Right? And that's what's great about barbecues, that you be able to get the flavor of the flambé, of the flame. Okay, the flame. Yeah. And that's the whole ordeal about a barbecue, is and be able to taste the flambé. If you go to any reputable restaurant and you taste the food and the meat, especially the grilled meat, and you taste the flambé, the burn of the charcoals, the burn of the gas, and you know that they do that for good. But a lot of time now you go, you don't smell the flambés, you don't smell the grilling, you don't smell nothing, okay? Because they don't grill that because the meat was designed with the grill look like, but there's no grilling process at all. It just do that to fool us. You know, that little streak of grill design on that little streak of the grill on the meat. It's not even that. It's not even, they didn't even grill that. It's just to fool us. It's just to fool the consumer. You know, it's nothing real about being grilled. If you go to any kind of burger stand now, you know, they don't even use I don't know, they use the grill, they use the frying pan instead. Okay, so they don't grill like they did before. When I first came to America, when I first tasted the burgers, okay, I'm not gonna name, but you know, the typical one. You can definitely feel taste of charcoal, but now not anymore. Not even close. You can't smell no burning fire. You cannot feel the grill being grilled. Nothing. It's just plain old burger meat that just simple cook in the pressure cook or air fryer. you know. I know because I know how barbecue meat's supposed to smell and taste like. Can't fool me, you know. But what can you do? Because it's just a consuming business where if you do too much, you don't make money, and you do too little, you make good money because people are never going to be able to figure it out. But I do. I figured out what they're doing to the meat, to the food, you know, because as a chef, I can tell how the food are being prepared, whether it's grilled, whether it just pan fry or just pressure cook, or it just boil, or just whatever, you know. You can tell. There's no authentic food prepared unless you go to like a really authentic 5-star restaurant, you know, where everything you have to do right because they charge you extra for that, you know. Instead of $30 piece of meat, now it'd be $80, $150 piece of meat. And yeah, you enjoy the process of making it the way it's supposed to. But you don't get that in the fast food. You don't get that in a casual restaurant. You have to go to like a big time 5-star restaurant, you know, where like Gordon Blue restaurant, where the chef really like taking pride in their cooking, you know, burn their hat off for you. Other than that, no, you don't get any real food, you know. I mean, just be lucky if it's not from the freezer and down to the pressure cook. That's what they do too. When I went to order food from certain Mexican restaurant also, you know, I observe how they use the pressure cook. They go 2 minutes and not even 2 minutes, and the meat are done. So that's when they said barbecue, they're not talking about barbecue. They just lie on the menu. That's all. They just want to fool you and thinking that you don't know that you're not eating real barbecue meat. For me, I know. Like I said, I know how barbecue boiled, pan fried, and pan seared food tastes like because I make them. So I know how they're supposed to taste like. Whether it's Japanese, whether it's Chinese, whether Cambodian, Thai food, anything like that, you know. I mean, you can tell how the food prepared. So I have just about 10 more skews to go, and because I'm pressure for time and I'm not want to keep you here all night, okay, so I'll come back and finish this. I have enough just to cook for the family today. I'm sure that one of my grandson love this. He probably going to eat more than anybody else, and so I have to put a stop and limitation on his consumption because he's a growing boy. I think he excuse that he's a growing boy, so he's gonna eat the most. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we have about 30 skews. So the 8 of us, so probably get about 2 or 3 each. It depends. Okay, so it's nicely in this manner. Okay, right. And some had more fat than others, and it's nicely infused with fresh ingredients, which is the lemongrass and the kaffir leaves and garlics and gingers and papayas for the meat tenderiser. So I can show you how to grill outside and what you like. You want me to show you how to grill it, or you want me just to cook it in here and symbolically? Okay, but I can try that. Look at outside. I'm still hot. Let me go stick my hand outside, okay, and see how hot it is. I think right now the sun is the hottest time of the day. Okay, so I'm not gonna even try to go out there and trying to grill this over the heat plus the 100-degree plus 100-degree temperature out there. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my skillet, my cast iron pan, and we're just gonna grill it on the cast iron pan. I may not have that flambé flavor, but you know what? It's all good, right? We're gonna cook good together right here in the burners. Give me a minute. Let me wash my hand thoroughly because I touch meat and all the ingredients in it. Give me a minute. Let me wash my hands so that we can go to the next step. All right? Give me 1 second. Because my finger was marinated by with all this ingredient, so I can just smell a lot of flavor in it. But what I'll do once we're done cooking this, I'm gonna soak this with baking soda to get all the ingredients out of my hand. Smell good though. All right, let's turn the camera around so that way we'll go to the stove so we can cook this, right? I would love to show you how to grill this outside, but right now it's not a good time. It's super hot and dry, and the wind, and plus the burning grill. No, I have to apologize. But this food here, the ideal is to grill this outside, okay? So that we get all the flambé, all the flavors from the smoke and all that. It'll be delicious. But let's cut the chase. Let's go to the kitchen area so that we can cook this, okay? Let me get the cast iron pan first. That will cook the best. Let me get it situated. Okay, let me bring you over. Okay, let me switch you over so that you know what we're doing over here. I have my skillet. I'm going to turn it on high for now just to heat up. I'm turning the burner too high to a high level. Okay, I have to be careful. I want to overheat my phone and my iPod and my iPad. Right. Sorry, my stove is not very clean because I haven't been cooking for 2 days, I think. Yesterday I didn't cook, the day before I did. And then my grandson was in here cooking and he doesn't like cleaning after himself. I apologize. But let me tie that a little bit. Okay. So it worked well with the cast iron because we want that high heat concentration to cook our meat with, okay? Here's our meat. I would love to grill for you, but I apologize for that because the temperature today is not allowing me to even think about grilling this meat outside. So we're gonna serve it in this beautiful big plate here, and then with that I'm gonna go ahead and get this pickles ready. Okay, I'm gonna include this, or I can come back and do another section of making this pickle for you, because this is gonna go well with your sandwich. You can add this to your sandwich, your pate, your pate. The sandwich, the French word for sandwich. Or it go well with your barbecue meat. It can be chicken, it can be pork, it can be shrimp, it can be beef, just like I'm doing today. Okay, so it's sweet and sour, and I made this a few days ago because I was gonna make this for you a few days ago, but I caught in between because I have gone and do a lot of shopping for grocery, and there's a few things that I need to cook first, so that's what I did. So this is the so I have cucumber, cabbage, and carrots infused in salt and lemons and a little sugar. See, even it's been in the fridge for at least 5 days. It's very crunchy. Okay, so to keep it crunchy, to keep it stay crunchy, you have to refrigerate it. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. I think it fit 4 in here. There you go. You hear it sizzling? Yeah. That's what it's supposed to do on the grill, okay? And then see the flame burning and capitalize it. Okay? We call it flambé it, burn it. I may not achieve the texture that I wanted, but at least I get it cooked. Okay? Notice that I didn't put any in oil because we already have enough fat from the meat. So I'll do that and see if it's gonna cook in a minute or 2, the most, maybe 3. Okay, and don't overcook it. Right now, it's operating on a high heat. You can check it. How are you guys doing? Oh, I had this blouse 2 years ago. I only wear a couple times. I have my name on it. It says Chef Inn. It's my personalized chef blouse, chef shirt. Special order. That's what I was asking you guys earlier, is that, do you notice anything different? I didn't hear any response, so I guess you guys good. So this is my chef blouse outfit. I don't wear it because I like that freelance look, you know. I like different outfit on, a different blouse that I like, and this is very well, you know, I mean, I can bleach this if anything spill on it. I don't care about that. Well, it's doing something, you know, I mean, it's browning it up. Look, where am I? Hold on, let me get some light going, but I got enough light, huh? Let's see. If that helps. I wish I can grill this over open fire. It'll smell so good. In fact, it smells really good right now. You know, it's not a bad idea at all. let me get the pickle ready. I like to serve it in a separate bowl. I have this nice bowl here. You know, that's one of the reasons that I keep postponing making this beef on stick here, because the temperature has been scorching, been overwhelmingly too hot. I wanted to barbecue it outside, but then I wouldn't be able to. Maybe tonight, later in the evening, maybe I'll do that, come back and do that for you also, so you know how it's done. But you get the idea, you know, grilling outside. So this is the cucumber that I'm talking about. A piece of the cucumber here is still fresh, so it's very crunchy. Okay. And the cabbage. And the carrot. And a lot of people like to eat this with rice, okay? So it's fine. Rice is good. Or bread is good. In fact, when I went to Cambodia, I saw the merchant make sandwich out of this meat here. All you do is get the French bread, tears it up, and then and just strip this up and make sandwich. And they even use this pickle to for the sandwich. Okay. So see how it turned out? Right? It's beautiful right now. Let me turn it. I think it's ready to turn. I didn't turn on the ventilator because I don't want to interfere with our audio. Yeah. I know that alarm will go off soon. I know it will. Because they're smoking from the kitchen, and I won't be able to do this anymore because the alarm's gonna be annoying with me. Use the ventilator. Well, I'm surprised that the alarm is not even demanding me to turn it off. It looks so nice. It looks great. I love it. I love the texture of it. Okay. I mean, when I turn it, so the meat looks really good. Look at that. But the only disappointment I have is that it's not on the open flame. It would be nice, right? Well, I don't use those flames. The gas flame, maybe just spray on it and yeah. It cooks very quick. I'm gonna do a couple more minutes so that way I will have like well done meat. You know that that's what I told you that I like well done. And every meat, not just beef, chicken, pork also, especially pork meat, it's gotta be super well done for me. I see the smoke coming, but it's not kind of smoke that I want on the meat. But I got an idea. Maybe if I run it on the gas, no, I'm afraid it's gonna burn, so I cannot whisk that. I hate whisking. I hate whisking anything on fire because I don't like that kind of risky business. Let me turn it back one more time. Oh man, it looks so good right now. So that's why when you cook, you know that you can cook it in different ways, right? If you cannot cook outside, then you have to incorporate indoor cooking. But this is really an outdoor cooking, and I don't want to be outdoor right now, so forget that. So I'm gonna make it work. Make sure every bit of my meat is cooking. It's cooked. I'm not playing around. Okay, so I have my first 4 done. I'm gonna do 4 more, and I'll let you go. Okay. Let me do another one. Yeah. Remember, if you go to the restaurant, they will use food coloring for the red colors because they wanted that beautiful red meat color. But you see that the oil is excreted, and you see the turmeric, the yellowish color come out with the turmeric. Okay, so it's already had a beautiful color. But be mindful that a lot of places you eat, you find that the meat is red. That's because they use red dye on the meat. Okay, here it's all natural. It's nothing. There's no chemical add to it. So we're good. Okay. And a lot of time when I go to the restaurant, I order this, it'll be red meat, or the meat appear reddish, and that's just because they add food coloring to the meat. I could have added, make this look really nice and fresh, but then I don't like to do all that unless it's for fun, because cooking is fun, but I'm not doing this for the fun of it. I'm doing this because it's food that I like to share with you, and the recipe I like to share with you. I'm sorry the ventilator has to run because my smoke detectors is so sensitive. I'm surprised that she's not even telling me to turn off the smoke. Oh, I think because the air conditioning is running, and that helps neutralize the smoke. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm saying. Let me bring it over. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Sorry. So what it is, you just make things work, okay? Do not be stuck with just one idea. Be creative when you cook. So that way you can produce a healthy meal without any kind of excuses, whether it's too warm outside or too cold outside, you won't be able to produce a meal. No, you do. You can produce meals under any weather, okay? Though I like barbecue in spring, you know, when the weather is mild, it's not too cold, it's not too hot, it's just beautiful. You'll be able to wear your t-shirt and short perhaps, and to be out there grilling, you know, and just be able to grill. But today, no, I'm not be able to do the grilling thing. So this is my way of grilling, so be good. Let's smoke up the house, but what can I do? Alright? As good as gold. And then we'll sample it together. Okay, so maybe tomorrow I'll come back and show you how to make this pickle. That way if you decided to make it this weekend, you are good to go. You will have the beef on the stick, and you will have the pickle to go with it, you know. And then you'll be out there grilling. Make sure that the temperature is not too harsh, and that you'll be drinking plenty of water if you're out there. That's all I'm recommending. Other than that, I'm not going to tell you what you can do or not do. Okay? And that's a good thing about having this iron cast skillet is that it's just so durable. Okay, it's not taken lightly. It takes the heat really well, and it can cook the meat really well, and it hold the heat really well. So that's what I like about the cooking skillet, the cast iron skillet. You can order this online, or you can get this from any hardware store. And I got this long time ago. I got the woks. I got the cupcake grill and this, and I'm happy with this. I can stir fry with this. I can cook a lot of things in this, which is very nice, and keeping it from tarnish is another way also. I probably have to show you another time. Wow. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so awesome. Despite all the smoke I'm causing right here in the house, there's smoke in my house, believe it or not, but what can I do? I'm going to cook it for you, so it don't matter if there's smoke in the house. As long as the smoke detector said, there's a smoke in the kitchen, there's a smoke. I have the kind of smoking detector that talks. It's so annoying. But she's good though. Sometimes the most effective. Okay. Even in my room, and it keeps the cooking, and there's too much smoke going on, and yeah, she will say there's smoke in the kitchen. I think she's going to sleep right now. I think she's sleeping. Anyway, okay, let me warm this up a little bit, so that way keep it warm. All right, I'm done grilling. I'm sorry, it is a grilling, okay, symbolically. Right. I wanted to do more, but then I don't want to be in the hot either. I was going to do this days ago when the weather was more pleasant, and I thought it's going to get cooler, but it's not, you know, because then I have to deal with this and cooking this. pellet pepper. Okay, my friend. So this is well done, okay? It's well done for me. If you don't like it well done, you can go with medium rare. In fact, I can cook a few more because when my family come, they'll be hungry, okay? So I'm gonna continue cooking this. But let me show you the finished look of it. Okay. Alright, I can show you the finished look. Like that. It smells so good. All the beautiful smell, flavor, and the aroma from the lemongrass, the kaffir leaves, the garlic, and the honey. You know what? I have not even sampled it yet. Okay, but let me. I know the picture is not even clear, but let me bring some light so you can see. Some light for you. Yeah. And then the light's not even too dusty. Hold on. Looks good. Again. That's what I'm talking about, okay? And the food productions are wonderful and delicious. And let me sample for you, so that way you know that I'm not joking about this. Because I haven't sampled it yet. Remember, I just create this recipe. This here has some sweet and sour tinge to it, so maybe we'll come back tomorrow and then we can make this, what do you call this? Pickles together, okay? These days you're gonna have to take a first bite. And then the polite way. It'd be good on the sandwich. You know, a little mayonnaise and this cube and then some of this pickle. It'll be so authentic. It's so good. It's so tender. I finally realized that that the meat is so tender. It's almost melt in the mouth. I couldn't believe it worked so quick like that. So that's why be careful if you're gonna use the pineapple and I'm sorry, not pineapple. The papaya and the ginger to marinate the meat. Make sure you cook right away. If you leave it overnight, the meat gonna fall off. So, remember this? This is the brisket meat. Okay, it's very tough, very very tough. But with the right kind of marinating product, like the gingers and the papaya, it tenderize this meat so good. I like way to eat the meat, and it's so well with this sweet and sour pickle. And I kid you not, and I would encourage you to make this at home, especially if you have a gathering, birthday, party, whatever. So this is a piece of fat here that I don't want. I just discard it. We use that just to help with the process of cooking. So it's so good. It's not even salty on this. It's not enough salt, but then because you're eating with this vegetable here, I mean the pickle here, so it's just perfect. I love it. I haven't had this meat for so long. I almost forgotten how it tastes. Make sure you discard this carefully because you don't want people to step on it, especially the funky one. So, eating my pepper, ooh, that's hot. This is so good. And I would invite you to try this at home. It's so good. You know what else? The Khmer people will know what I'm talking about. Okay. It's so delicious. And notion. If you're vegetarian, you can do this with tofu. Okay, you can do this with tofu. You can marinate the tofu and grill it the same way, but you have to add extra oil. Okay, or you just grill vegetable. I used to add not cucumber. My bad. I used to add pineapple, cut and clean, cube. Mushrooms, bell peppers, any kind of pepper that you prefer, some onions, some whatever vegetable you prefer. You can grill this also on the skew, okay? Add onto the meat, add to the side of the meat. It works also, okay? I tried that before and it's delicious, especially the pineapple. Oh, the pineapple. When you grill something with the pineapple, it has that, it's like magical sweet and sour. It's just going so well with the meat, okay? And you can do the same thing with shrimp, pork, or chicken. It's your preference kind of meat, okay? Do not settle for red meat. If you don't like red meat, you can. But the fish gonna be harder to put on the skew, okay? So you're gonna have to figure out the way to cook it. And but for the fish that they cook with the skew is like cook the whole fish. And don't skin it, don't scale it. Just stick a whole stick through the mouth, through the stomach, through the end, and then cook it on open fire. I've seen that. Okay. Or they put it in between the two sticks, they tied it, and then they cook it like an ancient way. I know how to do that too because that's what I learned first place with cooking with my mom. Yeah, it worked. And I mean, we invented cooking style, which is wonderful because it allows us to experience many kind of cooking style. It allows us to cook an open fire or stove because back home we don't have stove, so everything has to be an open fire. Okay, so you put the three block together, you know, 1, 2, 3, and you put the cooking pan and cooking device on it and build fire. Normally from charcoal or stick of prick wood, you know what I mean? We don't have fancy like this. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you too, in how Cambodian will cook in the olden day, while I was growing up, where, you know, those things are not available. So what we do, how we start fire and how we keep cooking going and all that. So yeah, being Cambodian taught me many survival skills. Look, I know that what my mom taught me 50 years, 60 years ago was at least 58 years ago. I'm 62 now, so it's been a while. So my mom taught me when I was very young. So how to gather food, how to gather wood, how to gather water, how to go request for fire. You know, because we don't have what do you call it? Pitfall. We don't have lighters. So in order to get the fire, so I have to go to the neighbors who have fire to take a little bit of their sample and bring it home and have to start the fire. And that, you know, by the time you're done cooking, you'll be so hungry, so angry after it, you know. So I remember my mom said, "Vanna, go get some fire." So I have to run across the neighbors, his grandma, grandpa, neighbor who's building fire, who's cooking right now. So you go get a prick of stick and go dodge in the fire and then keep the fire alive while you're running to your house. And when the fire dies in the middle process and you have to go back, yeah, not playing. You know, being Cambodian, growing up Cambodian taught me far better than what they taught at the Boys and Girls Club or even at the scouting or whatever it is, you know. I mean, my son was in the scout for many years and he didn't have to do what I do. I know they learned how to tie knots and swim and survive and all that, but building fire from, you know, rubbing two wood together and to cause the fire to spark, yeah, that too. So where I came from, we just go get fire from the neighbor. Yeah, you get a stick or you get a candle and you have to guard it so when the wind blows, the fire won't die. So that if it does, you have to run back and forth until your mom said, when she said, "I gotta run good," because she's about to stick me. Anyway, my friend. All right, so we good, right? I mean, I have a lot here, so here we go. Completion of my cooking today. Beef on the stick or beef on the skew, or what you call it, is perfect fine with me. It smells so delicious. I saved me from a day grilling outside with 100+ degrees. Right here in my own kitchen. I'll bring you to the last visit. Here we go. You hear sizzling so good, okay? Let me bring you by also before I say goodbye to all of you. So before I depart today, I would like to ask a favor for those who have not subscribed to my YouTube channel already. Please do, because it helps my YouTube channel grow. It helps the process of me keeping the algorithm going by bringing you beautiful recipes such as this, and it's unique and delicious. And I love the fact that I would be able to bring them to you. I have to keep it. I don't, because the air conditioning is running. So in fact, I don't like talking over my food now. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here. supporting my channel. If you have not already jumped over to YouTube channel, my TikTok followers, please jump over YouTube channels and give me just a thumb up. A subscription will be good. You know, I learned that about 97% of people who watching my show never subscribe. You know, I mean, I know it may be that you did not log on to your YouTube account, or that you don't have an account, and you wouldn't be able to support me with that. Fine. If you can log onto your account, or you can create an account where you can go ahead and do the subscription for me. It's such a big deal, you know. I mean, it's such a big deal because it helped my channel grow, and that YouTube are happy that I have such subscribers such as yourself, and allow me to bring all this delicious and wonderful recipe. I'm not yet. I'm far from being monetizing, so I'm working toward getting monetization, so that I'll be able to work at home and stay home, allow me to provide better care for my elderly mom who depend on my total care, and so I'm trying to balance that kind of service for my mom also. And not only that, I enjoy cooking, not just because I do for the benefit of the benefit. Okay, I'm doing this because I love cooking. I like to share it. I like to create this legacy for the younger generation who were not born to cook, or who will not have the privilege of missing the style to cook, or have you, because you can afford to live in luxuries and have a maid serving or chef, what have you, but cooking is my life, so no matter what, I'll be cooking anyway. But with your support, it'll make a big difference. Therefore, I appreciate all of you for being here, watching me, giving you these wonderful recipes, on-hand training, first-hand viewing, and these vivid videos showing you from the beginning to the end. So I hope that you will take this into consideration and helping me out by just subscribe. You know, just help me out. And that's all I ask for you. I don't ask you to do anything else but be part of my show. I have not yet signed up for the membership, but when I do, I would love to have that kind of support also. But for now, all I ask for you is to help subscribe to my channels. And I got a few subscribers today who sent me the message, hey, I subscribe your channel, I appreciate you and all that. That's wonderful. I love that. It warmed my heart, and I appreciate it a lot. So I'm done with my cooking today, and final showdown. Yeah, so I have my meat cooked already, and it's beautiful. It smells awesome despite all the smoke in it. And then it goes well complementary with this beautiful, delicious, sweet and sour pickle. Very simple. So tomorrow maybe we can making this pickle together. That way, if you decided to make the beef stick tomorrow, you can have everything you need to enjoy the meal. Okay? All right. So I hope you stay warm. Hold on, not warm. Stay cool, because we are too warm. And until I see you again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Love all of you. Take care. Be safe until I see you again. Perhaps tomorrow, right? สวัสดีค่ะ